Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Very good afternoon to all present there. So today is the fifth day and the last day of the workshop, 5 days workshop on Vedic math. Now today we will discuss in division, divisibility rule with 5, divisibility with 25, 50, 9, 99, 909 and so on, 11. We will also discuss square root. Yesterday we will discuss how to find square and cube using Vedic math. But today we will discuss square root as well as cube root. So first of all, we will discuss divisibility rule with 5. As we all know, this 5 can be written as 10 divided by 2. So, whenever we want to divide any number with 5, for example, if we have 1, 2, 3 and we want to divide 1, 2, 3 with 5. So 1, 2, 3 divided by 5, it means 123 over 5, and this 5 can be written as 10 divided by 2, and after simplification this can be written as 123 divided by 10 into 2. So what we will do, whenever we want to divide any number with 5, so first of all we will multiply that number with the 2. Means first of all, in the first step we will multiply 123 with the 2, that is 246, and in the second step we will divide the answer by 10. So it is 24.6. So therefore 123 divided by 5, that is equal to 24.6. More questions. 215 divided by 5. So first of all we will multiply 215 with the 2 and we will get 430. Now we will divide 430 by 10. So answer is 43. Next is 123 divided by 5. We have already discussed this. First of all we will multiply 123 into 2. It is 246. And in the second step we will divide 246 by 10. That is 24.6. Some more examples. 254 divided by 5. In the first step we will multiply 254 with the 2. It is 508. Now we will divide this 508 by 10. It is 50.8. Similarly, next number is 1154 and we want to divide this number with the 5. So first of all we will multiply this number with the 2. It is 2308. 2308. Now we will divide this number with the 10. So its answer is 230.8. Similarly, next example 3254. We are to divide this number with the 5. So we will multiply this number with the 2. It is 6588. Sorry, 6508. 6508. Now we will divide this number with the 10. So answer is 650.8. Similarly, next question can be done in same way. Now next we have divisibility with the 25. So 25, this can be written as 100 over 4 So whenever we are to divide any number with the 25, like last method, so when we will divide any number with the 5, so we will multiply that number with the 2. And if we want to divide any number with the 25, first of all we will multiply that number with the 4 and divide the answer with the 100. So if we want to divide any number with the 25, so first of all in the first step we will multiply that number with 4, and in the second step we will divide the answer with the 10. And when we are to multiply with the 4, this procedure can also be done in 2 steps. We can multiply this with the 2, again the answer with the 2. Either you can direct multiply this by 4, we will get 8460, or this multiplication, this can be done in 2 ways. 2115, first of all I will multiply this number with the 2, I will get 4230. Again I will multiply this number with the 2, it is 8460. Now I will divide this number by 100, so answer is 84.60. Next is, we are to divide 11213 with 25. So first of all I will multiply this number with 4, and first to multiply this number with 4, first of all I will multiply this number with 2, it is 2426. Again I will multiply this number with 2, it is 4852. Now I will divide this number with 100, so it is 48.52. Next is some more questions. 124, and we want to divide this number with 25. So I will multiply this number with 4. So answer is, it is 496. Now I will divide this number with 100. So it is 4.96. So 124 divided by 25, that is 4.96. Next we have 2531. So I will multiply this number with 4. And I will, first of all I will multiply this number with 2, it is 5062. Again I will multiply this number with 2, it is 10,124. Now I will divide this number with 100. So it is 101.24. In the next question, one more question, 6112. Either you can directly multiply this number with 4, or you can, first of all you can divide with 2, again with 2. Now if I multiply this number with 4, so I will get 24448. Now I will divide this number with 100, divide this answer with 100, I will get 244.48. And same procedure, when we want to divide any number with 125, any number, for example we have 75 and we want to divide this number with 125. Now again 125, this can be written as 1000 divided by 8. So we can multiply this number with 8, and after that we will divide the answer with 1000. So it is 0 600 divided by 1000. So answer is 0.6. Now we have discussed divisibility with 5, divisibility with 25 and divisibility with 125. Also divisibility with 50. Now this 50 can be written as 100 by 2. Whenever we want to divide any number with 50, so we will multiply the number with 2 and divide with 100. So it is 1, 2, 3, 1 into 2, that is 2, 4, 6, 2. And in the second step, we will divide this number with the 100. So answer is 24.62. Similarly, next question. So here we will divide 1151 with 50. So first of all, we will multiply in the first step. We will divide this number with 2. So answer is 2302. And in the second step, I divide this number with 100. So answer is 23.02. So this is the divisibility rule with 50. Now here we have some questions. 1, 1, 1, and we want to divide this number with 50. Now I will multiply this number with 2. It is 2, 2, 2. So now I will divide this number with 100. It is 2.22. Now one more question. 2154. And here again we have to divide this number with 50. So I will multiply this number with 2. It is 4308. Now I will divide this number with 100. It is 43.08. Now next is divisibility rule with 9. Divisibility rule with 9. So here we have to divide 2213 with 9. Now first of all, we will write this number as it is. In the second step, we will add these numbers. In the first step, I will write this number as it is, whatever it is, I write here as it is. In the second step, I will add this 2 in this number. I will get 4, and this 4 I will write here. Now again, I will add these two numbers. The answer is 5, and I will write here 5. Now I will add this 5 in this 3. So answer is 8. Now I am repeating, whatever the number is, I write here as it is 2. In the next step, I add this number. In the next number, 2 plus 2, that is 4. So I write here 4. In the next step, I will add 4 into 1. 4 plus 1, that is 5. Again, I will add 5 in 3, that is 8. So this will be the quotient and this will be the remainder. So whenever we will divide 2213 with 9, I will get 245 as a quotient and remainder will be 8. I am doing one more question. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. So this is the divisibility rule for 9. First of all, I will write this number as it is, and in the next step I will add this number with here. It is 3. 1 plus 2, that is 3. Now I will add 3 in 1. I will get 4. Now in the next step, 4 plus 2, that is 6. 6 plus 1, that is 7. And 7 plus 1, that is 8. So this is the quotient and this is the remainder. So if we will divide 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1 with 9, so quotient will be 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 and the remainder will be 8. This is the first type when we get last number which is less than 9. This number is always less than 9. This is the first type. Now more questions. Now next we have 2573. First number as it is 2. Now I will add 2 in 5. This is 7. Now 7 plus 7, that is 14. And 14 plus 3, that is 17. Now here in the previous type, the last sum was less than 9. But here in this question, in this type, the last sum is greater than 9. So the next step is we will divide this number with 9. We will divide this number with 9. Now 17, I will divide 17 with 9. The quotient will be 1. Now I will add this quotient 1. I will add this quotient in this number. So 17 plus 1, this will become 18. This is 18. Now I will apply balancing rule here. Now balancing rule, it is 8. This one I will add in 4. It is 5. 1 plus 7, that is 8. And this 2 as it is. So this will be the quotient when we divide this number 2573 with 9. So 285 is the quotient and 8 will be the remainder. I will clear this question by again with one more example. Next we have 6, 2, 3, 5, 1. Now first number as it is 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 3, 11. 11 plus 5, 16. 16 plus 1, 17. Now because this number is greater than 9, so I will divide 17 with 9 and the quotient will be 1, and this quotient I will add here. So I will get 18 here, again 18. Now I will apply balancing rule. It is 8, 7, 2, 9, 6. So this will be the quotient when we will divide this number with 9. So quotient is 6, 9, 2, 7 and this will be the remainder. One more example. We want to divide this number with 9. So first number as it is, I will add this number 1 in 2, that is 3. 3 plus 3 6. 6 plus 4 10. 10 plus 5 15. 21. 28. 36. 45. 45. 46. 50. Now this last sum is greater than 9. Now I will divide 50 with 9. So 5 will be the quotient. Now I will add this 5 in the last sum, that is 55. Now it will be 55. Now I will apply balancing rule. It is 5, 51, 1, 5, 50. Now again 5. This will again 50. I will write here 0 and 5 I will add in next number, that is 41, and I will write 1 here, and 4 will be added in next number, it is 32. So 2, 3 plus 21, that is 24, and I will write 4 and add 2 in this number, it will 17. I will write here 7. 10 plus 1, that is 11. 1, 7, 3, 1. So when we will divide this number with 9, so this is the quotient, and the last digit will be the remainder. So this is the divisibility rule with 9. Now next we will do the divisibility rule with 99. It is almost same, but in the last method when we divide any number with 9, we can say that we make a pair of 1 digit, because here it is a 1 9. Now because here we have 2 9s, so we will make a pair of 2 numbers starting from the last. So 2 pairs. Now here we will write pair as it is, and we will add pair in next pair. Now first pair I write here first pair as it is. Now in the second step I will add this pair in next pair. It is 35. So this 13 will be the quotient, and this 35 will be the remainder. Means 1 3 2 2. When we will divide 1 3 2 2 with the 99, so 13 will be the quotient and 35 will be the remainder. One more question. Here we have 2 9s. So we will make a pair of 2 numbers starting from last. Now first pair as it is 12. 12 plus 12, that is 24. 24 plus 11, that is 35. So this is the quotient, and 12, 24 is the, sorry, 35 is remainder. 35 is remainder, and quotient is 12, 24, and remainder is 35. Next, some more examples. Again I will make pair of 2 numbers, and last number is 1. No problem, you can write here 0. The first pair as it is, I will add this pair in next pair. It is 66. 66 plus 23, it is 89. So this is the remainder, and this is the quotient. Means quotient is 166 and remainder is 89. Now next example. Here we are to divide 3062 with 99. So 2 pairs starting from end. First pair is 03. So I will write here 03 as it is. it is 09, 32. Now next is 83. Now this will be the remainder and quotient is 309. This is the quotient 030932 and remainder is 83. Now some more questions. 99. So we will make a pair of two numbers. Now first number as it is, first pair as it is. Now it is 25. 25 plus 65, that is 90, and 90 plus 23, it is 113. Now in the last questions, the last sum is less than 99, but here we have 113 which is greater than 99. So again, as we did in divisibility rule with the 9, so I will divide 130 with the 99. The quotient is 1. So I will add this one in this one. 113. It is 114. It is 114. Now I will apply balancing rule. Now, while we will apply balancing rule, because here we have two-digit number, so we will take these two numbers, we will consider these two numbers as a remainder and I will add just one in this number. It is 91. Next, because everywhere we will take two numbers. If it is a three-digit number, then we will take two number as it is and I will add that one digit in the next number. If it is a three-digit number. Now this 25 as it is and this 404 as it is. So 42591. It is a quotient and remainder is 14. Now one more question. Now we will divide this number with 99. Again we will make pair. And this pair is 3. So I will write this pair as it is. 3 plus 46, that is 49. 49 plus 23, it is 72. 72 plus 51, that is 123. So because this number is greater than 99, so I will divide 123 with 99. The quotient will be 1 here. Now this quotient, this one I will add in 123, so this will become 24. Now because here we are dividing with the 99, so while applying balancing rule, and it is a three-digit number, so we will apply balancing rule. So in balancing rule, we will take two number as it is. 24, I will add this one in 72, it is 73. Next 49, 03. So this is the quotient and this is the remainder. Now same, you can apply same procedure with when you will divide this number with 99. So same procedure can be done when we will divide any number with the 999. Now in this case we will make a pair of three numbers. First as it is, and I will add this pair in next pair. It is 225. So this 225, because it is a three-digit number, 3 nines. So this three-digit number will be the remainder, and this is the quotient. So quotient is 12, and remainder is 225. Next question is 1 1 1 2 1 1. So, and we are to divide here with the 999. So again I will make a pair of 3 digits. First pair as it is, I will add this 111 in next pair. It is 3 2 2. So this is the remainder and this is the quotient. So quotient is 111 and remainder is 322. So here in the first type, the last sum, this sum is less than 999. But if it is greater than 999, then again we will divide this sum with 999 and whatever will be the quotient. So I will add this quotient in this number. For example, so this is the simple question. So 72037. So 7 as it is 210. Again here this last sum is less than this number. So 7 is the quotient and this is the remainder. So again it is a simple question. Now next we have 211203021. Now here we are to divide this number with the 999. So I will make pair of 3 digits. Suppose here we have 7. So I am changing this number. Here we have 7. Suppose. So first pair as it is 711. And I will add this number in this. So 711. Now this will become 914. Now again I am changing here. Suppose it is a 1 to 1. Now 914 plus 1 to 1, that is 1035. Now this sum is greater than 999. So I will divide this number with the 999 and I will get the quotient is 1. So I will add this one in here. So it will become 1036. Now we will apply balancing rule, but because here we have 3 numbers, so I will take 3 number as it is and I will add this one in next number. So it is 036, 1 plus 914, 915 and this 711 as it is. So this is the quotient and this is the remainder. So this is the procedure. This is the divisibility rule with 999. Now next we have divisibility with 11. Now when we are to divide any number with 11. For example, if we have 1 3 2 2. So I will write here as it is. Now we will subtract these two. So when we divide this number with 9, we will always add 1 with 3. But now in this case, when we will divide any number with 11, we will subtract this number from this number. So means 3 minus 1, that is 2. 3 minus 1, not 1 minus 3. 3 minus 1, that is 2. In the next step, I will subtract from this number 2. Means 2, I will subtract 2 from this number. So 2 minus 2, that is 0. Now I will subtract 0 from this number. So 2 minus 0, that is 2. So when we will divide 1322 with 11, so this will be the quotient and this will be the remainder. So quotient is 120 and remainder is 2. one more example. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. First of all, I will write here this one as it is 1. Now I will subtract this number from this one. 1 minus 1, that is 0. 1 minus 0, 1. 2 minus 1, that is 1. 1 minus 1, that is 0. 1 minus 0, 1. So this is the quotient and this is the remainder. Next is one more example. 2, 3, 2, 6, 1. Now this 2 as it is. Now 3 minus 2, that is 1. Next step, 2 minus 1, that is 1. Next step, 6 minus 1, that is 5. Now this is very important step. In the previous questions, when we subtract 1 minus 1, always we get here positive numbers, positive integers. But here, now when we subtract 5 from this 1, so 1 minus 5, that is minus 4. Now this is important. Here 1 minus 5 is minus 4. So whenever we get a negative number, so we will take 1 from this number. We will take 1 from this number and this will become 4. And by taking 1 from this number, I will give this 1 to, means I will write this one in front of this number. So it will become 11. Now I will subtract 11 minus 4, that is 7. So the quotient is 2114, 2114 and remainder is 7. I will try to clear this step again with one more example. Now next question is 1273. Now I will write this one as it is. 2 minus 1, that is 1. 7 minus 1, that is 6. Now this 3 minus 6, now here we are getting negative number. Now I will take 1 from this number and this will become 5, and the number 1 I will write in front of this number, before this number 3, and this will become 13. Now I will subtract 5 from 13, that is 8. Now quotient is 115. So 115, this will be the quotient, this is the quotient, and remainder is 8. More examples. 117203. This number as it is. Now 1 minus 1, that is 0. 7 minus 0, that is 7. Now 2 minus 7. 2 minus 7, that is minus 5. Now because the difference is negative, so I will take 1 from this 7. This will become 6 and I will write 1 before 2. This is 12. Now 12 minus 6, that is 6. Now in the next step, 0 minus 6, again that is negative number. I will take 1 from this number 6. So this will become 5. And I will give this 1 to 0, means I will write 1 before 0. So this will become 10. Now 10 minus 5, that is 5. Now I will subtract 5 from 3. 3 minus 5, that is minus 2. Now 3 minus 5, that is minus 2. Now again difference is negative. Now I will take 1 from this one. So this is 4 and I will write 1 before 3. It is 13. Now 13 minus 4, that is 9. 13 minus 4, that is 9. So quotient is 10654. This is the quotient and this is the remainder. Now one more question. 6, 1, 7, 2, 3. Now this number as it is 4. Now 1 minus 4, that is minus 3. So I will take 1 from this 4 and this will be 3 and I will write 1 in front of 1. So it is 11. Now 11 minus 3, that is 8. Now 7 minus 8, it is again negative number. So I will take 1 from 8 and this one I will write before this. So this will become 17. Now 17 minus 7, that is 10. Now 2 minus 0, sorry 2 minus 10. Again it is minus 8, negative number. So I will take 1 from 10. It will become 9. And I will write 1 here before 2. It is 12. Now 12 minus 9, that is 3. Now 3 minus 3, that is 0. The quotient is 3793 and this is the remainder. Now next we have square root. Yesterday we did square. Now we will find square root. Now as we know x into x square. So square root of x square, that is x. Now 1 square, that is 1. 9 square, that is 18 and so on. But when we want to find a square root of number which is ending with 1. So 1 square, that is 1. 9 square, it is 1. Sorry, 9 square, it is 81. Both numbers, square of both number ending with 1. Now 3 square, that is 9. 7 square, that is 49. Now square of these numbers are ending with 9. 5 square, that is 25. 4 square, 16. 6 square, 36. And square of these two numbers, square of 4 and 6 ending with 6. 2 square 4, 8 square 64 and squares of these number ending with 4 and 10 square is 100. Now this is the conclusion. So when we want to find a square root of any number which is ending with 1. So if square root of number, we want to find a square root of number which is ending with 1. So answer will be either 1, means unit place of the answer is either 1 or 9. Similarly, if this number is ending with 4, then unit digit of the answer is either 2 or 8. Similarly, if it is 5, then answer will be 5. If any number which is ending with the 6, then its square root will be 6 or 4. Similarly, if any number which is ending with 9, then its square root will be unit digit of number will be 3 or 7. If it is a 0, then answer unit digit of number is 0. Now we will discuss this method with some example. Now we want to find a square root of number. First of all, we will make a pair of two numbers starting from end. Now here this number is ending with 1. As I have discussed in this slide, so if number is ending with 1, as here, if any number is ending with 1, then its square root, unit digit of square root is 1 or 9. So unit digit of the answer is 1 or 9. And second step, now next is 79. Now 79, that lies in the square root of 8 and 9, because 8 square is 64 and 9 square is 81. So 79, which is greater than 64. So 10th digit will be 8. It is clear that 10th digit will be 8. Now we have to decide the unit place is 1 or 9. Unit place is 1 or 9. Now for that, in the third step, because this 79, it is near to 81. If we will compare 79 with 64 and 81, 79 it is near to 81, which is a square of 9. So unit digit will be 9. Unit digit will be 9. So answer is 8, 9. Now I am repeating. In the first step, first of all, we will make a pair of two numbers. Because this number is ending with 1, so unit place of the number is 1 or 9. Now this 79, which is greater than 64, and 64 is a square of 8. So this is definite, this will be the 8. Now we have to decide whether it is 1 or 9. Now 79, which is close to 81, and 81 it is a square of 9. So this will be 9. So answer is 89. And this method is not applicable when we want to find the square root of 1296. Now one more example. Here we are to find the square root of 6724. First of all, we will make pair of two numbers. Now this number is ending with 4. So unit place is 2 or 8. Now in the second step, 61. It is less than 64. Sorry, greater than 64. 64, which is a square of 8. So here will be 8. Now we have to decide whether the unit digit will be 2 or 8. Now because 67 is close to 64, so if it is close to this number, so we will write 2 here. If this number, if here will be 77, because 77 is close to 81, so in that case we will write here 8. But now it is 67 and 67 is close to 64, so we will write the lower number, lesser number, that is 2. So answer is 82. Next again 4489, this number is ending with 9, so the unit place will be 3 or 7. Now next 44, which is greater than 36, which is a square of 6. So 10th digit will be 6. Now unit place, that is 3 or 7. Now because 44 is close to 49, so we will take greater number. So it will be 7. So answer is 67. Now again we will make pair of 2. Now this is ending with 1. So unit place will be, unit digit will be 1 or 9. Now this is greater than 121, which is a square of 11. So unit place we will write 11. Now 141, which is close to 144. So I will write here 9, greater number. So answer will be 119. Next is cube root. Now there is no confusion as we have in square root. Because if the last digit is 1 in the square, then the unit place will be 1 or 9 when we want to find the square root. But in this case of cube root, there will be no confusion. If the last digit is 1, then unit digit will be 1. If last digit will be 2, then the unit digit of the answer is 8, and so on. Here we want to find a cube root of 1728. Now unit digit is, so again we will, first of all we will make a pair of 3 numbers. Now this number last digit is 8. So definitely if the last digit is 8, then the unit digit will be 2. So unit digit is 2. Now this one is close to 1, or we can say that 1, which is 1 cube. So answer is, we will write here 1. So answer is 1, 2. This 2 unit digit, and this will be the tens digit. One more example, 859. So ending with the 9. So answer, unit digit of the answer is 9. Now 6, that lies in 1 cube and 2 cube. So because 6 is greater than 1, so we will write this one here. So answer is 19. Now next is, now try to solve it. Now first of all we will make a pair of 3 numbers. Now this number is ending with the 3. So cube root of the answer, unit digit of the cube root, it will be 7. Now this 50, it lies between 3 cube and 4 cube. So we will write 3 here. So answer is 37. And the last question is, today's last question, it is 79507. Again we will make a pair of 3 numbers starting from end. Now unit last digit is 7, so unit digit of answer will be 3. And 79, that is lies between 4 cube and 5 cube. So always we will write the lesser number. The smaller number is 4. So I will write here 4. So answer is 43. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So thank you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
So now the time for the feedback.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So first of all, thank you for this wonderful opportunity, sir. Sir,
It's an opportunity for me also.
To have been teased by you, sir. And thank you so much, sir. Sir, it is very easy to calculate everything, and thank you for that, sir.
Thanks, student.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, student.
This Friday's Vedic Max is very useful to us, sir. I share this to my elders and my friends to use their max. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you, everyone. I tried my best.
Now the vote of thanks, sir.
In the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most beneficent. A very good afternoon, everyone present here. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank you all dignitaries. On behalf of the Department of Mathematics, Jamal Muhammad College, I extend a great thanks to Ashwani Jain, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Khalsa College for Women. I would like to express my gratitude to the all esteemed delegates of the workshop in the blended mode in the presence and contribution to make this event a great success. A special thanks for Dr. S. Ismail Mohidin, Principal of Jamal College, for providing immense support to make this event a great successful. I extend my gratitude to Dr. R. Zahir Husainuddin, HOD in charge, sir, Department of Mathematics, to organize a workshop even in the pandemic. I must thank the organizing team, faculties for working hard for past 5 days to make this event a very great success. I congratulate all the participants for the active participation. Thank you, everyone, once again for making it event a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.